Okay, I had to go live because people are blowing up my mentions a little bit. Um, I know it's pretty crazy right now, right? And I'm going live from my phone because this is just kind of spur of the moment, and I don't have my web camera set up. So let me go on Twitter really quick and see if it posted that I'm live. Okay, I don't know what I'm back though. Okay, so I wanted to go live because obviously everything is happening. So, I do these monthly forecasts. In June, I got to a little bit late, but I felt like that was really okay because the majority of the stuff that's happening or was set to happen in June was set for this last week. And here we are. We're here. I don't think that this week is disappointing people as far as the astrology reflecting the intensity and rapid pace of events. We're having like this mixture of good news and bad news happening all at once. But Mars stationing retrograde, excuse me, I just had lunch. But the Venus Jupiter square that was Monday, that's coincided with a court decision coming down that the Trump administration must stop separating families and they must reunite the families within 30 days, some of them within 14 days. We'll see how that actually happens. It goes along. But the moon is in Sagittarius right now, and we know that Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter. And Jupiter is in Libra, and I've talking about Jupiter and Libra for months, and I've reiterated over and over and over again that Jupiter and Libra is about justice, fairness, and equality. It is about the Me Too movement. It is about judges, justices, any administrators of the law. It is about the law. It is about what is legal versus what is moral versus what is right. It is about the consensus in the sense of voting, the consensus in the sense of laws that legislate and regulate behavior. All of those things have been major themes. And last year, I was almost sure that Ruth Bader Ginsburg, sorry if I'm saying her name wrong, would have passed on or retired, but it looks like Justice Kennedy is the one that's retiring. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump replaces this person with a super conservative woman justice. I think that we are entering unprecedented territory because it's clear that the Supreme Court is not objective. It does not seek to administrate the law as it stands. They are setting precedent that really goes against the Constitution. So, I mean, obviously that's just a piece of paper now. But all of that to say that this full moon in Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter and Libra, and all of the Jupiter and Libra things that we've been seeing, we've saw a young woman in the middle of her Saturn return in Sagittarius beat a congressman in New York, unprecedented. A young woman in the middle of her Saturn return in Sagittarius running for office, and no one thought she would win, and she won. So there's that. And at the same time, the Supreme Court has brought down many decisions this week that have been problematic to say the least. Obviously, today with the news of Justice Kennedy, but also, oh, what else came down? The decision about unions and them not being able to force non union members to pay dues, even though they benefit from the negotiations that the unions make with employers. Another theme that I've been talking about for a long time now. 2018 is the year of the unions. And one thing I noticed that I just tweeted actually was that the unions that were included in this decision include police unions and firefighters. So I don't really know what it looks like for the police unions who really mostly supported Trump to now be on the receiving end of his awful policies. So that's really going to change the game. But I think the larger picture that we have to remember here is that in order for there to be a blue wave, in November, which I see coming with no doubt. I'm 97.3% confident that the Democrats will sweep Congress. But the one thing to remember that in order for that to happen, many people have to be pushed out of their comfort zone. Hi, Tiffany. Thanks for joining. Many people have to be pushed out of their comfort zone in order to convince them to not just get up and vote, but to vote Democrat. There are many people who still believe that they are immune to Trump's policies, and they need to get hit. They need to feel it. And unfortunately, that means that for many of us, we are living further and further in fear and dealing with the difficulty that his policies bring. But all of that to say that part of my talent, part of my gift that I offer here through the People's Oracle is giving you a long view. And it's very easy to get caught up in the moment. And that's necessary at times, right? You have to be able to respond to pressing issues. But at the same time, there are bigger themes and larger pictures happening here. And that is Jupiter in Libra and Saturn in Sagittarius and the upcoming Venus in Libra 4 month transit in retrograde and Jupiter in Scorpio. So, my long view is that Saturn in Sagittarius is convicting a lot of people to act and define and get clear on their political and moral convictions. And those are things that are necessary for what is going to happen in November to happen. So I am encouraging all of you who may be on the fence or may be unclear to refine your own convictions and see what it looks like for you to act on them. What ways does in what ways does what is happening now push you to want to get politically involved? Feet to the pavement. That's really the only way to push back against all of the everything that is making it difficult for things to be fair here. I don't really have anything else to say. I personally feel demoralized, I'm not going to lie, but that's why I got on here to remind myself and everyone else about the larger picture of what's going on. Do not give up hope. Still go vote. Still amplify the causes that are important to you and be thinking about how you can make your life a living testimony of what you believe. Are you clear on what you believe? Are you clear on your moral and political convictions? Right? This is the work of Saturn and Sagittarius. So you see that there are a whole bunch of people who have convictions that are contrary to yours, contrary to mine. And those people are acting on their convictions. They want to make the world a testimony of what they say they believe, what they believe should be right. So we have to do the same with as much fervor. And there's more of us than there are of them. But they've got more money. So that means we have to have more balls. This is my pep talk, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I just don't want for you guys to feel completely disempowered. This should make you angry. He stole the election and he stole a Supreme Court justice seat. So, you know, consequences. What are we doing to make sure that he gets them? And that is voting. All of you who did not vote in 2016, everybody get over it and go vote. Like, please. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I will be on Twitter and talk to y'all later. Bye.